Hey everybody, happy Saturday night. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully that sounds alright and you can all hear that out there. So I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to do a show tonight, and I want to talk a little bit about this thing. I wanted to talk about some new music that I just put out this week, and whatever else comes up over the next course of the next hour. But before I get into any of that, let me just say hello to the folks that we got in here thus far. Zach is first one in. Hey Zach, how are you? Let's go down here. There's Mark Tanner. Hey Mark, how are you? Been putting out some really cool stuff lately. Very cool stuff. Gussie, hey man. Hope you're feeling all right. Happy Saturday. Mitch Heyman, thanks for being here. Mitch is my mod for the evening. Else we got Rick Hefner. How are you? There's Paul. Talked to Paul earlier today. Hope all is well. Quentin James. Waiting to see if Star Trek is a rerun. I'm kind of thinking it might be, buddy. Sorry to break it to you. Adam Hoople, there you go. There's a new name. Welcome to the channel. I Rock the Blues. What's going on, man? Welcome. Epiphonium, nice to see ya. BC Rich, 581. Yeah, it's a little snowy and windy here too, BC Rich, so I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. Okay, Carp Dog, welcome. There's Janice. Sweet. Tim Thomas, how are you? Nice to see you. Hey, Spencer. Spencer Cron's in the house. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday night. I am obviously not gigging tonight, but I will be gigging, I think, next weekend, and then I think we're on a little run, so whenever I've got, when it's been a couple of weeks and I haven't done one of these live ones, I'll go on and do a quickie little live show like this evening. Whenever I have something to talk about. And my big news and what I have to talk about is the whole acoustic thing. I'm kind of a newbie when it comes to acoustic guitars. It's sort of new to me in the sense that, like, I don't know a lot about acoustic guitars. I kind of had to learn, about them. I mean, not that I never owned one. I actually owned an Ovation. Man, I had that thing for a long time, but I never played it. And it was one of those, curved back ones that slides off your lap. One of the reasons, there's Edwin Crane, welcome. One of the reasons why I didn't play it a lot, you had to have a strap on so it wouldn't slip out of your lap, and it was just kind of awkward and clunky, whatever. Although the neck felt like an electric guitar, and I think I even had I may have put even really light gauge strings on it from what I remember. John the Dark Wizard, how are you? Nice to see you too, man. So, but I sold that guitar, I'm going to say probably 5 or 6 years ago, because I never played it. And then there's somebody here in the chat, and I'm not going to name names, that sort of lit a fire under me to get another acoustic, and he knows who he is. So I went into kind of a little search for an acoustic guitar. Roundback Ovations, yeah, they have a life of their own. Never liked the roundback ones. They're just, I don't know, man, they're just not. And then when you're playing standing up, right? Like the guitar's like, if you got a gut, it's like horizontal. It's odd. I just banged this one up. Beautiful. Anyway, hey Bobby, how are you, man? So, yeah. Hey, Mr. Rock, nice to see you. So I went on a little bit of a search for an acoustic guitar. And there's a store here where I live that has an insanely large acoustic section. And I played, man, I must have played 15, 20 acoustics that day. And I played everything from, you know, Yamahas to Takaminis, and then I went to the higher end stuff, the Taylors and Martins, and I mean, there's all these other brands that I can't think of right now, but I played a whole bunch of them, and I came out of there with one guitar in particular that I thought sounded really, really good, kind of blew my mind a little bit, and it in fact was a Martin guitar, and it was the Martin, it was a new model of Martin that came out. Actually, apparently it won Best in Show of 2020 NAMM. It was a single cut. It had this couple of bolts in the neck. I think it was called the 13E because it had it came into the body at the 13th fret. It was kind of a little bit of an oddball, but it was a new design by Martin and brought that, and I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread and everything else. And then after about a week or two, I was getting dead notes up around here on the high E. So I took that guitar back, took the Martin back, and they worked on it, and they said it was really, really dried out. And I hadn't really had it long enough to dry out that much, but apparently it was very dried out. So they rehumidified it, right? And that took a long time. And then I got a call that it was ready. So I went to pick it up, and the strings were way high off the fretboard, up high. And it's a friend of mine that does all the work at this particular store, and he wasn't there to ask, right? Because I would have asked him, why are the strings so... But anyways, it just got to a point, if you're not familiar with that guitar, it's a new design that they had, and you really got to know what you're doing to work on those guitars. They're not just, like a straightforward acoustic. And I don't know, when I went to pick it up and I still didn't like the action, and I thought, let me go back in their acoustic room there and see what they had. So they had a back wall of all Gibsons. Now, I mean, if you know the channel at all, you know I'm a huge Gibson guy. I love, well, there's one right there. I'm a big fan of the Les Paul and whatever, but honestly, when it comes to acoustic guitars, I really don't care. I don't have that Gibson thing for acoustics. I would have been happy with a TAC. I mean, any brand. It didn't really matter. Acoustics are really nice. Gotta have a yes, I Roxy Blues. Yeah, actually I have a humidifier running behind me in the background now. So, so they had this wall of Gibsons. Now, when I was trying all those other guitars before, I never actually tried a Gibson acoustics. First time I tried one, and I tried a bunch of them. But the reason why I didn't go to the Gibson walls, because those, I mean, everybody knows those, the songwriters and the jumbos and all that. Those are very, very expensive guitars. But surprisingly, when I went back and I looked, I was seeing guitars that were not that expensive. Because if you're unaware, Gibson came out with a line of guitars called the Generation Series. So what they've done is they've taken all of their very expensive acoustics and made a less expensive version. This guitar here, in particular, this is called a G-Rider. Okay? So this is basically a very stripped down, bare bones version of a songwriter. Now, what do I mean by stripped down? I have no block inlays. I have zero binding. I have this is just satin. It's not a gloss finish, right? There is still the, I think is it called the LR Bags pickup I have in this. But I tell you, I picked this thing up, and it just sounds fantastic. It rings out like a bell, and I don't know if that's coming through. Hopefully it is a little bit. Just very, very nice sounding guitar. And I'm not going to say this guitar is cheap. It's still US made. It's not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive like a real songwriter. And another way they save money is the sides and back are solid walnut, and the top is the Sitka, solid Sitka spruce. But there you have it. So that's my acoustic guitar story. The necks on these things, again, it's not a gloss neck. It's like a satiny finish neck. And this is like if you're electric player, this neck feels just like an electric guitar neck. It's not. It's kind of a little flatter version of like a 60s slim taper. That's what I would say this neck is. Just a little flatter. Kind of reminds me of my SG a little bit. Maybe not as wide. Okay, I'm getting a 1, so it sounds good. So why did I want to get an acoustic guitar? Hey Cushman, how are you? Conspiracy Media, there's a new name. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, ask me any questions, guys, as I go through this. Adam, I think is it LR Bags or JR Bags pickup I have in this? It's one or the other. I'm probably getting the name wrong, but it's something Bags, JR or LR, I can't remember. But that's the pickup that I have in this guitar. And all it has inside of it, I do have a volume, which is at 10 right now. It just has a volume. There's no tone, right? I don't have a tuner on the inside like that. Martin had a tuner on the inside. It had a volume and a tone control on the inside. This is just straight up. We'd all like a Martin, imagine, but the Yamaha is 1/10 of the cost. BC Rich, I ended up with a Martin because it was, to my ears, it was the best sounding guitar, and also it was it was one of the less expensive Martins, right? But this actually is a little bit less than that Martin was, so I got a little money back from that. The weird, yeah, Islander Winder, welcome. Yeah, this is an R1, yes. But why get an acoustic guitar? I think everybody should own at least one acoustic guitar, if nothing else, just to beat around on. But I mean, I write a lot of music, and you're gonna come up with a lot different song ideas on an acoustic than you would come up with on an electric. It's just different guitars kind of pull different things out of you, and an acoustic is like, the last tune that I wrote, was like the first thing when I picked up an acoustic I played, and I would never have written a song like that, which I'll do a play along here with it in a minute, but I never would have written Only You on an electric guitar. It wouldn't come. It's a different animal. Plus, apart from writing with an acoustic, you don't want amps and wires if you take it. Yeah, that's one reason too. Yeah, John the Dark Wizard. Yeah, you can just take it out and play it. I don't know any Kansas licks. You have the G200 Jumbo Gibson. Hey, Guitarman 45. Welcome, Brian Katerin. Welcome, Gary Davlin. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know any. Let's see. It's hard for me to play because this is right in my face and I gotta look down. But Quentin, thanks. You just put the link in the latest song. So yeah, you can just take it out, play it anywhere, and you can do, what I'm working on now with it is I want to get a lot better at finger picking, which I'm terrible at right now. But I want to get better at finger picking and, a bunch of different techniques and different sounds, and it just kind of really opens things up, right? Having an acoustic guitar. I got to learn some Gordon Lightfoot. So here are my goals for an acoustic guitar, songs to learn. I want to be able to learn. If I could do this and finger pick it, this would be like a milestone for me. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, a Zeppelin first album. If I could learn how to play that properly, finger picking it, that for me is the big milestone. Because it's a finger picking song. Blackbird. If I could ever play Blackbird finger picking, that would be a huge milestone for me too. But well, let me play just a little bit. This is all stuff you'll know. I'm gonna back away here from the mic a little bit so I can look down and see what I'm doing, and just gonna. I don't want to get a friggin' Jeff C. How's it going, Gibson? Yeah. Oh, Hummingbird, beautiful guitar. I just want to. I don't want to get a copyright, so I'm just gonna play snippets of a couple of acoustic things. So. The hills and far away, everybody knows that. It's Tangerine. I don't know a lot of acoustics. That's how much more riffs I can play for you, you know. That wasn't acoustic, that was Rush, but Fly By Night. But anyway, Hack Lightfoot. That's awesome. So yeah, so definitely acoustic guitar in your arsenal. I will be selling some electrics here soon, probably in the springtime, because my little tiny room here is getting overwrought with stuff. I got to get rid of some stuff. I'm going to be selling a bunch of pedals and one guitar for sure, possibly two. All right, so I got a couple of things lined up here. The first one is a song that I wrote. First thing I wrote literally when I picked up an acoustic, it just this progression came out and I wrote a song around it. The song's been out since I think Thursday I put it out. It's available on all the streaming services now, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music, all that stuff. So feel free to listen to it a million times so I can make a nickel. All right. Anyway, so here it is. Here's the here is Only You.
Old man said, son, you don't understand. The world that shakes you is just part of the plan. See what you're made of. Can you take a stand? 'Cause nothing goes away, and you know it's all in your hands. Then bad, son. This is just the start. Keep your fists up and don't fall apart. Gotta keep it together. Do you have the heart? I won't lie to you, but it's strange when we're apart. Then there's you. And only you. Then there's you. And only you. In a dream that takes you away, float through life with nothing to say. Are you out there? Can I hear your voice? Is it too late for me? Do I still have a choice? Do, 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 do. Do, do, do,
So there you go. So I gotta thank a few people for that song. Bobby Lopes, who's in here, played the drums on that, and I sent the track to Bobby, and I had just programmed drums on it just for a guide, and I should mention Dense Skill Music did the bass playing and all the production. He produces all my original stuff, and he plays bass on my stuff too. And we sent the track, and I was happy with it, but then I got the drums, and I was like, holy shit! Like, it just really, really elevated the song and made it. I'm pretty proud of it. It's one of the best things I think I've ever done. So, and I got to thank Bobby for that. So, if anybody needs drums in a hurry, Bobby's your man. All right, just getting caught up here on the A minors at the start of Angie. I'm not even going to try that. Thanks, Cushman. Yeah, Epiphonium, the fret markers, yeah, I agree. They are a little bit strange. Yeah, they don't go all the way through. They just start at the top and kind of end halfway down. They're a little bizarre. Yeah. Thank you, John the Dark Wizard. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Thank you, Adam. Thanks so much. Yeah, so feel free to purchase or listen to it a million times. Thanks, Zach. I hope I wasn't overpowering the track with the guitar. Mark Tanner, thank you, man. Epiphonium, thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Yes, Mark. So, acoustic guitar, what can I say? Highly recommend it. Oh, Hugh, you like the fret markers? Welcome, Hugh. He likes the fret markers. Yeah, well, let me do this. I don't want to mess anything up. Okay. let me do this, and I'll give you guys a quick closer look at the guitar and the fret markers and that. And I'm gonna put this away, and then I'm gonna grab another guitar that I was without for like almost a month, and I got it back this week. So dying to pick that one up. They're like Tylenol caps. The fret markers? I don't know. Okay, anyways, I'll show you this up close. Hang on. So it's a satin top, and there's the fret markers. And of course, it being a Gibson, you have the Gibson headstock. But I promise you, I wasn't looking for a Gibson when I bought this. Or I didn't care if it was a Gibson or not. I really didn't care at all. I just wanted a good acoustic guitar, and it ended up being this one. So I'm pretty happy with it, as you could probably tell. Light as a feather. Bobby plays drums. I'm not going to even say that. Yeah. I like the acoustic cutaway. Actually, it makes a major difference in reaching the higher registers. Yeah, BC Rich, it does. I'm having a hard time with that guitar. I'm still fighting it for a couple of reasons. One, it's got 12s on it, and I use 9s on electrics. Okay. I got a brand new set of 12s on it, and the action is kind of high, like up around, especially around the 12th fret. So, again, guys, I'm a novice to acoustic guitars. You guys probably know way the hell more about them than I do. But when these strings crap out on me, I'm probably going to go down to 11s, and I'm going to see if I can get, because the place I buy guitars at, you get a free setup. So my free setup is, I'm going to say, put 11s on it and drop that action a little bit, because it's just a little too it's a little too difficult to play, right? Especially a high up on the neck. But it is a lot of fun though, and I do love the what's like the tactile kind of feel of it. It's very cool, very cool. But here's a guitar that I got back. I was without this for a whole month. This is my trusty Strat that I've had for about 7 years. This is a killer Strat, man. I never gig with it. Why? Check. Why don't I gig with it? Because it's a little too thin. But it does the Strat thing very well, as you can hear. Here's your position 1. Oh, now my fingers are like... Got to get used to the 9s now. Okay, there's position 2. Middle. Here's position 4. And the neck. There you go. What year is the Strat? Go back 7 years ago. If you know serial numbers. Hang on. It's a 14. It's a 2014. So this is a standard. This was before Fender called everything a professional and charged you more money for the same thing. Yeah, I said it. But this is like a Strat, American standard Strat. Pickups on it are Fat 50s. I owned a Strat for a long time. I've talked about it before on the channel. I used to play a lot in the 90s. When I say a lot, I mean I was probably playing, I don't know, 75 to around 75, 80 gigs a year. And I used to play them on a Strat Plus back in the day that had the gold lace sensors. And I was never a fan of those. They sounded too glassy and whatever, but I wasn't exactly, didn't really know my tones that well back then. But as soon as I picked up this one, it's like, okay, man, these pickups sound 100 times better. I'm okay with the 60 cycle hum. And I sold that guitar. And little did I know those guitars were collector's items because I basically sold it for what I paid for it, which was kind of cool. And it needed fret work. I mean, I had all kinds of frets with dents in them and stuff. But yeah. So I'm real happy with this one, and I'm happy to have it back. Because nothing sounds like a Strat. So, I had this thing. I had major fret sprout all over this. My neck was bowed. My action was ridiculous. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to send it to my buddy because I know he'll make it right. And he did, and it sounds great. And like I was saying earlier about the acoustic guitars pulling songs out of you, Strats will pull songs out of you too. There's one song I wrote specifically around a Strat, and I'm going to play that one for you in a little bit here. Anybody hear of a guy? If you haven't, he's insanely good, and you should check him out. Anybody hear of a guy called Philip Sayce? His last name is spelled Sayce. Let me know if anyone here has heard of Philip Sayce. If you're a fan of Stevie Ray Vaughan, this is a guy you need to check out. So my PRSSE today got picked up an hour ago. Beautiful guitar, but couldn't leave it sitting unplayed in the rack. Yeah, I'm the same way, Mark. If I don't play it, it's gone. It's gone. Mark Tanner knows Sayce. Epiphonium. If you don't know who this guy is, check him out. Not just because he's Canadian. Actually, I didn't know he was Canadian until I started listening to his stuff. But he's just a fantastic musician. Just a really good guitar player. He's a Strat guy. He does that crazy, aggressive, but so cool, tasty Strat. Like the best Strat blues playing you ever heard comes out of this guy. It's amazing. 43 different tunings. You don't say. PJ Colby, how are you? Well, you got 27 people in here. Awesome. Not bad for a Saturday night. You just Googled him. Check him out, Epiphonium, if you like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I predict you will like Philip Sayce. Super Strat player. Actually, sort of take a little tangent here, but you guys know once a month I do top 10 and music rating shows on the channel, and as I'm talking about, I'm going to check my calendar, and a lot of the shows that I do, I get feedback like, oh, I never checked out that band, but I'm going to check them out now because you guys talked about it and it piqued my interest. So just to let you know, my next one is going to be March the 23rd, which is a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So this March 23rd, Wednesday night at 8 p.m., I'm doing a show with Martin Popoff and Pete Pardo, my favorite co-hosts, and we are going to be doing a show on Dio. And we're going to be doing, because the Dio band only has 10 albums, so we're going to be doing a ranking of the 10 Dio records from 10 to our favorite. And there you go. And there's a lot of people I know that after Holy Diver and Last in Line, then nobody listens to Dio anymore. So hopefully we can enlighten you a little bit on maybe some of the other stuff that he did that was cool, because there is some gems in there. So check that show. That'll be March 23rd. I mean, I'll post the event when it gets a little closer, but so yeah. But check out the shows we've done. Shows on the last one I did was on the band UFO, and I turned a lot of people on to UFO. Thin Lizzy, a lot of people got back to me and they said, man, I never listened to Thin Lizzy. These guys are amazing. You know, Extreme. A lot of people didn't know about Extreme. They thought Extreme was one song. No, man, that's the worst thing they did, not the best thing they did, more than words. You know, those shows are, if nothing, they'll get you interested in some different music that may have passed you by, because it happens. Guys are talking about Strats, HSH. Yeah, John the Dark Wizard. Yeah, it should be a fun show. Your show, we are going to see Dirty Honey and Mammoth. Oh, cool. That's very cool, Guitar Man 45. Yeah, so let me know if anyone's got any questions about the recording of Only You, or this next one, which I'm gonna do for you right now. This is a little bit older one. This one is why I mentioned Philip Sayce. Okay, in the first place is I was listening to some Philip Sayce, and you know what? And I can't think of the name of the song because my memory is crap. But I'm listening to Philip Sayce, and he's doing the song, and it's got this driving Strat riff, and it sounds like he's singing into a bullhorn. You know what I mean? Where you're basically cutting out the high and the low off your voice, so it's just like your mid frequency, so you're narrowing the bandwidth of your voice. And not that he needs to do that, because the guy's an amazing singer. On the other hand, I need to do a lot of voice masking. But anyway, I heard that song, and I'm like, I got to come up with, it inspired me to come up with a heavy-handed Philip Sayce type Strat song. And I came up with one called How You Play. Okay? So this is very much inspired by Philip Sayce. Yeah, hope you guys dig it. This is a little bit of an older one. All right, check it out.
Driving all night with nowhere to go. I'm looking for you, babe. I didn't expect, I now down. Looking for clues for what went wrong. Just keep searching, 'cause my feelings are still strong. You left me broken, yeah, it's gone. Soon you'll pay the price for how you played. I'm chasing shadows through the night. I can't live in the past, 'cause those feelings feelings just don't last. You're so heartless, to leave me this way. Soon you'll pay the price for how you play. What comes around and goes around, that's what they say. The sins of the past will stick around, that's what's been said. Get it. Pay the price for how you play. Soon you'll pay the price for how you play. Soon you'll pay the price for how you play. You'll pay the price for how you play.
All right, I hope you dug that. I forgot half of it. Yeah, that's an older one. That's maybe a year old now. It's called How You Play. And now it's totally... That's the kind, when I say the kind of hard driving stuff, blues with the Strat, that's the kind of stuff that he does, but much better. Much better version of that. All right, let me get caught up here. Hugh Caldwell is selling off a few guitars, getting on your nerves. Okay, yeah, you see that. Cushman, yes, check out the show, Dio show, Cushman. Check out the show, March 23rd. Okay, you guys are talking about guitars you built. Okay, I think I got there already. Okay, so Scott Weiland used to do that. Apparently, his remains were put in a bullhorn-shaped urn. Oh, is that right? BC Rich. Yeah, he used to do that. Yeah, I recall. I forget what song. Was it a Velvet Revolver song that he sang in the... Was it Slither that he sang in a... I don't remember. Okay, Janice, gotta let the dog out. Great sag song. I think you meant song, Mitch. This song. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it. Who let the dog out? You can pick my style now. Uh-oh. That's not good, Mark. That's not good. I want my stuff to all sound different, but I guess my fingerprint is being left behind. There's a Rick Rubin era Johnny Cash song that kind of reminds, but I can't quite place it. Rick Rubin era Johnny Cash. Are you thinking Rusty Cage? Because he did, Johnny Cash did Rusty Cage. And I think that might have been a Rick Rubin thing. He did Hurt, too, the Nine Inch Nails song, but that sounded nothing like Nine Inch Nails. There you go. PJ Kobe. Check out Epiphonium. Look at the message he left you. Yeah, man. Check out Philip Sace. Amazing. Amazing. Thanks, PJ. Appreciate that. You like that one, Cushman? Yeah, folks, check out my original music. There is like, I don't even know how many songs I have now. It might be 18, it might be 19. No, not Rusty Cage or Hurt. Then I don't know. I don't know then. But yeah, there's like 18 or 19 songs there. Check them out, listen to them, as much as you like. Instrumentals mainly. There's a couple of vocal songs in there, but mainly instrumentals. A lot of, interesting stuff with a lot of twists and turns. My stuff is never linear. I think the Only You is probably the tune I wrote that's like the most simple song I ever wrote because it doesn't have 15 parts and change time signatures and everything else, right? It's the most basic song. It doesn't even have a guitar solo. Imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. All right. Yeah, so let me know if anyone's got any questions or comments. And I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. Much appreciated. This is always cool. I always enjoy doing these Saturday night things. We won't be doing one for a while. The gigs are starting up. Just to give you everybody an up-to-date, where I live, the bars have opened up, and they've been open up for the last, I guess, couple of weeks. And so we're out there again gigging. We gigged last Saturday, gigging next Saturday, and from then on. And as of Monday coming, the masks are off. So right now they're in the bars. It was funny because we had people up dancing on Saturday, and we had to ask them to put their masks on because management said tell them to put their masks. They put their masks on, and that did not stop them from dancing. They still got up and boogied, so that was kind of fun. But that all goes away in about a week, and then we'll be playing with in bars with no masks on. And this year's shaping up pretty good. We got I think we're up around 20 already booked for the year. Right. I think we got one as far in advance as November. I think we have one in November already. So, but kind of cool, man. My whole thing with this, the YouTube and the bands, it's all about music. Like anything to do with music. If anybody's got music questions, band questions, gear questions, that's what this channel's all about. It's all about music in one way, shape, form, or the other, and it's all about encouraging people to play music. That's why I put out original songs. That's why I call myself a guitar hack, because if somebody's seeing me put out a piece of music, if that says, man, if that guy can put out something, I can put out something, then my job is done. So it's all anything to do with music. That's what this channel and, gigs and, it's just my favorite thing in the world to do. It's what keeps me above ground, basically, is music. So, you had a gig last night. My ears are still ringing. Oh, man. I was getting some Soundgarden Spoonman vibes from that song. Yeah, I could see Spoonman, Zach. I could see Spoonman. Still feels weird at work. Not. Oh, thank you, Cushman. Appreciate that. At work or going. Yeah. Was it Win the Man? Yeah, Hugh, I play at such low volume that rarely do I get loud enough to actually have any kind of, And the weird thing is, some places want you to start so early, and then the whole time you're playing, they're like, "Can you be quiet?" Like literally, I'm talking. My volume is at like 1, And then over the course of the night, it goes. But in some places are like that, and those aren't really the fun ones. It's the ones where you start, after, because these are all bar restaurants usually that I'm playing, right? And the fun ones are the ones that start at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. There's, they're not serving food anymore. Anybody that's in there, they're in there to drink and have a good time and dance and all that crap, and then you just let her rip, and then you have a great set, a great show. But it's the ones that start super early, and they're like, people are still eating, and then they're like, anyway. But I'm not complaining, man. Just the fact that I'm out there gigging is a blessing. Because we started a tear back in December. We were on a run. And then we had all this stuff booked for January, February, March. That all got canceled. So now that it's opened up again, now we're back on a run again. So I'm just glad. I hope the hell there isn't another goddamn variant, man. I hope the hell not. Ian's Guitar Shack. There's a new name. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, folks, and please, consider liking and subscribing. Again, my channel, it's all positive vibes and playing music and talking about music and gear. And I've got, I'm approaching 700 videos on this channel, if you can believe that. A lot of them are live streams. A lot of them are gear reviews. A lot of them are music reviews. There's a lot of content on this channel, so feel free to like and subscribe. Original music. I do a lot of original music. I have some collaborations I do with people. I put one out last week with Sean, the bassist. Asked me to put some guitar work on a song. Check that song out, too. That's pretty cool. It's got like a 80s kind of punk vibe to it. So I played like a really nasty solo on that. So check that song out too. The song is called Chants in Hell. That's another song they should check out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then a lot of guitar improvs. And I do those guitar improvs. Again, it's to encourage people to pick up the guitar and play. And I'll find a backing track, or I'll join in like a group of people that are passing around backing tracks, and load up a backing track, play over it, and say, here, call it an invitational jam or something. It's all about playing music and the positivity of music. And man, in this day and age, I don't have to tell you, we freaking need something, man. I mean, we're coming out of one thing into another, and it's just, oh man, that's part of what Only You is about. If you listen to those lyrics, that's part of what that song is about. Okay. Yeah, so let me know if anybody has any questions. I don't usually go for much longer than an hour. We got about 9 minutes left here. About anything, gigging, gear. God, I'm playing horribly. I tell you, I can't go from that acoustic to the electric. It's like I'm working so hard. Like, I'm still, I'm not going to play another note. I'm just embarrassing myself now. Yeah, it's always Mitch Heyman. Quick recovery. He had a little accident with his fingers. Hopefully he'll get better soon. Hack, is this a good time slot to get you on an upcoming show with us? If I'm not doing a gig, Andrew? Yes. You wanna book something here now live? Let me pull my calendar out. It will have to be a Saturday night that I'm not doing a show. It'll have to be a Saturday night that I'm not doing a show. My next free Saturday is April the 2nd. I'm playing 2 gigs in a row in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. April the 2nd, currently I don't have any gigs booked. And I think we're going to keep that one open because if we don't, we'll be doing like 4 in a row. And I think that's a little much. Going to book me in? What are we talking about, Andrew? Going to talk Zeppelin, Les Pauls. Oh, the Zozo. Okay, I'm all over that. Like a fat kid on a Smartie. All over that, man. Jimmy Page. I did I did a show on Pete Pardo's channel, my 10 favorite Jimmy Page guitar solos. That was a hell of a lot of work because I listened to a ton of Jimmy Page. Not just Zeppelin, like Jimmy Page. All incarnations of Jimmy Page. And I also did, I have on my channel, I have my top 5 favorite Led Zeppelin riffs. Check that out, where I'm playing the riffs. That was a lot of work, you know. And 2 of them are like that, you know, not standard tunings. One, because I'm not going to tell you which songs they are, but a couple of them involved alternate tunings. Check out that video. And then I did a I did a ranking of all the Zeppelin albums, which is also, so I've done like a bunch of Zeppelin stuff on my channel. So just to give you an idea how much I love Zeppelin. And I also did the top 10 favorite rock guitar players, and you'll never guess who number 1 was. I'll give you a hint. His initials were JP. Yeah. I've already seen him. Hey, most of those notes were right. Roy Clark, I wish I could play like Roy Clark. Yeah, we got a few minutes left here, guys. Anybody got any questions for me? Anything? So let me tell you what's coming up on the show. May 23rd, I'm doing a Dio show. We're doing a countdown. No, it wasn't Ace, PJ. Ace was in the top 10, but it definitely wasn't number 1. No. Yeah, check out that show, PJ. It was me, it was Pete Pardo, Jim Backey, and Denskill Music. Check out that show. You might like it. Top 10 favorite rock guitar players. It's on my channel. So I'm going to say. So March 23rd, look for a Dio show. I'm going to rank Dio's 10 records. It's myself, Pete Pardo, and Martin Popoff for doing that. If you're new to the channel, consider liking and subscribing. I'd love to get up to 3,000 subscribers. I'm still about 300 away from that, so it would be awesome. If anybody wants to help support the Guitar Hack channel, below I have links. I have Guitar Hack shirts. I've got hats. I've got hoodies. I've got mugs. I've got hats. Well, I said hats. There's also a PayPal down there. That would help. If you don't follow me on Facebook, Instagram, all the links are down below. My email is down below. You know, if anyone is, you know, I mean, I'm getting requests now to play on people's stuff, which is like, huh? Sure. But yeah, I'll you know, definitely play on some of your music. I'm equipped to do that now. I have my little mixer here. I got my Reaper software, which I can kind of fumble my way through. So yeah, so I'm doing some collabs now with people, which is cool. Guitar Hack, you need to do Randy Bachman. Randy Bachman is one of the most underrated guitar players on the planet. He is amazing. He is amazing. We'll make a point of doing channel shoutouts for you too, bro. Yeah, check out the 5150 show, guys. Check out the British Blues show. Check out the Zozo show. All those shows are all by my friend Mr. Andrew from New Zealand. Those shows are great. When I get home from a gig at, 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, guess who I'm watching? I'm watching Andrew and Simon and the gang on the British Blues show. That's usually what I'm checking out. 3K would be very cool. Yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah. Still got a ways to go, man. Does this not sound awesome, man? Oh, the Strats, man. Come on. Oh. Listen to that. There you go. Lots of fun at the 5150 show. Yeah, yeah. Love Randy Bachman's guitar playing. Yeah, he's a beast. And he's a fellow Canuck from Winnipeg originally. Yeah. All right, folks. This is my time. I want to thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out, making these nights, these Saturday night hangs are always a lot of fun. And I don't know. Check me out on April 2nd on the Zozo show. But yeah, and March 23rd, check out the Dio show. Gonna rank Dio's 10 albums of the Dio band. That should be a lot of fun. So check that out. Doc kicked off mouse and was messed up. No worries. All right, guys, and gals, I want to wish everybody a great rest of your weekend. You all rock. Thanks so much for hanging out. Take care.